Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I know that we haven't filmed in a really long time, and I'm sorry about that. This is just our virtual like way to keep up with friends and family. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna upload every Tuesday and Thursday. I was putting all this unnecessary pressure on myself, and when I do that, I shut down because I'm a by the moment, spur of the moment, like I'm not really a planning type of gal, wouldn't you say?
Do you even know how to spell plan?
Anyways, so I think our last video was last October, so it's been a long while. But we want to start uploading, but it's going to be random. I'm not going to have set dates. I'm not going to do anything like that. So we're kind of going away from the norm of what a lot of people on YouTube do. But we just want to do us. So with that being said, you guys, we have 3 huge announcements. Not 1, not 2, but 3. So
you can count too.
Yes, you guys. So, I don't know. I'm really excited. And we'll start with the first one, which is...
We bought an RV!
You guys heard it. We bought an RV! So, if you're following us on Instagram, you know that we have been looking for a couple months for like the perfect RV. And we haven't really been able to find anything, so we're kind of custom building an RV as much as you can custom build an RV. So we're really excited about that. And it's supposed to be done like the first week of September. So we still have a little bit of time before it's going to be finished. And we're super excited about that. Okay, so buying the RV, was number 1. And that kind of leads us into number 2, which is...
We're selling our home.
Okay, guys, you heard that right. We are
serious.
Selling our house. We are selling 90% of our belongings and
91.5%.
91.5% percent of our belongings, and we are moving into the RV. Full time, like, yeah.
Legit.
We are selling the house. We are not buying another house. We are going homeless, you guys. So that takes time. So we feel like God is calling us to minimize our life. And I know that, what God calls for one doesn't call for the other. But we've had a lot of, I'm going to say, convictions lately, and just a lot of things weighing on our heart and our mind that we feel like God is talking to us about. And one of those is kind of just letting go of all of this worldly stuff that we have, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't mean anything. And in getting rid of all of this stuff, it gives us more time. It gives us more time to focus on teaching the kids about God and the Bible and just all of the things surrounding that. It gives us more family time, because you guys know, you have houses, most of you have kids, like, having a house and upkeep, we're in a little over 3,000 square foot house, and it's a lot of upkeep. There's 3 bathrooms, there's 4 bedrooms, like, it's just all of the things. And I know some people are like, oh, you're just being lazy, you don't want to do it. No, that's not the case. If that were the case, then we would just hire a maid and we would have someone come in here and clean it.
Can we? Then I wouldn't have to do anything.
Says no, he does a lot, so I can't say that. But anyways, we really feel, like I stated, that God is calling us to not live like anybody else right now, and to really focus on our kids and raising them the way that he wants us to raise them.
Focus on the word, not the world.
Yes. So, with that being said, we are literally selling, like, all of our belongings. We're selling our home, and we are going tiny, which also, it doesn't lead us to the 3rd one, but we're going to kind of go into the 3rd one. And once again, we're going to have the kids announce. So here you go.
Dad's quitting his job.
Yep, we've lost our minds. Mike is quitting his job. He has been in this profession for 14,
Almost 15 years.
almost 15 years. So that's a really, really long time. But I'm gonna kind of throw him the bone now and let him kind of speak on this.
Kind of going back to what she already said, focusing on God and His direction for us. We have come to realize, obviously, with what's going on in the world, just over the past, I don't know, what has it been, 17 years practically, 6 months. It's time for all of us to focus on what matters, which is our family, our faith, and...
Oh no! Oh my gosh, I love you! Come on! I love you so much! Darn it! Come on, we got this.
This ain't
I
going
have
on.
makeup on. I haven't worn makeup in so long. Why are you doing this? Yes, it is going on.
No.
Yes. Okay, come on. Finish.
Be like Marco Rubio.
I don't know that reference, but I'm gonna take a drink too, you guys.
This is all getting cut off anyway, so it's all good.
Go.
I'm gonna kind of backtrack.
No.
Yes.
No, go.
Stop staring at me. Creeper.
Okay, go on.
So we need to focus on what's important, our family, our faith, and really get back to the Word and not the world, living as the world wants us to. I see just so many people not realizing that there's a much bigger
War going on.
this is spiritual warfare, and quite frankly, we won't give into it. We're going to stand with God and what He's leading us to do, and this is where He's leading us to go. And we're realizing that
the things that mattered to us before don't matter. Like and I think a lot of you will relate to this. You have the job, you get the house, you get the cars, and when I say we have
life goals for everybody, right?
Yes, and when I say we have a big fancy house, I'm saying for us this is a big fancy house. I know other people are whatever, but we've done that. We have the big fancy house, we have the big cars, and what has it brought us? Mike is in a job that, to be completely honest, he hasn't been happy in for years, you know what I mean? But we stayed because of the money, and we no longer want to be controlled by that money. And dang it, now you're gonna have me start crying.
No, and part of it is that's Dad's job. You're supposed to take care. You're supposed to provide. So
yeah,
you get a job, and then you find a higher paying job, and then you find another higher paying job.
And there's
just so
nothing
you
wrong
can
with that.
Provide for your family.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But
if that's where you're called.
Exactly, and we feel like we're being called away from all of this. Which is crazy because I feel like we've worked so hard for all of this, you know what I mean? So it's we're here, you know what I mean? We've achieved what we wanted, but in reality it's not what we wanted, and God has very quickly shown us that.
And it's not what necessarily God wanted.
Right.
At least not now. Maybe.
Yeah, and we're not saying that we'll, you know what I mean, be in this RV forever and that we'll, you know what I mean, never have things again, or that. No, we have no clue, how long, God is wanting this for us, but we are definitely following His lead, and we're honestly really excited about it. And not just us, the kids. Jovi doesn't fully understand. I don't think Jovi understands at all. But the other 3 are old enough to understand what we're doing. And we were okay, this means that we're getting rid of, your toys. We're going to keep some toys. But if you guys know, our oldest is 9. And there's 3 sets of grandparents.
7,000 Christmases, 7,000 birthdays.
Uncles. Yeah. So, their toy collection is, ridiculous.
And I like toys too.
to be honest. But they were willing to get rid of everything. We had to like, whoa, no, like we're not getting rid of everything, you know? Like they are so excited for this, and we've sat them down and just explained like we are to you guys. And Rylan being 9, he understands it more than anyone. Jace is 6, so he, you know, understands bits and pieces of it. Gage, I mean, he understands what we're doing, but I don't know that he understands why. And then there's just Jovi, who's along for the ride. But, and actually that being said, there's actually 4 announcements, not 3.
Bonus.
A bonus announcement, you guys.
Could it be the big one?
Are we ready for that one, or?
Triplets? Now are we doing the triplets?
No.
Oh.
You guys, I am not pregnant. I'm not pregnant at all, but especially not with triplets. Because, anyways, okay. So we're gonna bring the kids back in.
Luna out west.
Yep, we are headed out west. We're not exactly sure where. I mean, well, I feel
minor
like,
detail, right?
I feel like we kind of know where God is calling us. But there's been a few different places, basically, and we're not like secluding ourselves or anything like that. Like we're not like trying to like go off the grid and, you know, never be seen again, except for virtually. But we are headed out west, and we're looking Utah, Idaho, Montana. We both kind of feel like God is pulling us to Utah. So we're actually going to be going out there in September, and because we're not moving right away. We're going to go out there and kind of find out what areas we like, just see, because we've been out west, but we've never been to Utah. And that's kind of like the craziest part too. It's like, who just all of a sudden is like, okay, we're selling our house, we're getting in an RV, or we're living in an RV, and then we're headed to Utah. Like, that would be us.
Everyone do that?
No, that would only be us. Oh. But we kind of started, like, well, I started. I can't even explain how it started, to be honest. But
I came home one day and she said, we're moving to Utah.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much how it happened.
Yeah. You know, I was talking with one of my closest friends, Tara, and we're on the same page, and we were just talking about life and the way things are happening, and we were just, you know, talking about how other places are handling things, and, you know, just, you know, a bunch of random stuff. And we both started talking about Utah. And ever since that moment, we've had so many things line up, or like arrows, if you will, like pointing like, hey, Utah, yep, that's where it's going down. Like we've even randomly had people come to our house that are from Utah who are
selling door to door, and they happen to be from Utah. Yeah.
And they're here in Ohio. And we never answer the door to solicitors. We always
don't come to our house trying to sell something, please.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna have a house now, so we're not gonna have to worry about it.
Don't come to my trailer.
Our RV. But we normally have like a no soliciting sign on our door. Like we don't want to deal with it. And Mike felt led to go out there and talk to this gentleman. And he was from Utah. He gave us some great connections. His dad ended up calling us and was like giving us just like, I don't know, everything has just really been lining up for us. And we're really excited. Like, I don't know. I know this is crazy and everybody's like, oh my goodness, the Reynolds have gone off the deep end. And that's okay, you can think that, because this is our journey.
We've got life vests, don't worry, we're good.
You're an idiot, I know, no. I got it. But you know, this is our journey, and this is where we feel like God is calling us. And like I said, we don't know for how long. And I know you're thinking, okay, Mike's quitting his job. What is he gonna do?
Not a clue.
We don't know, we don't care. Like, we trust God. We 100% believe this is what God's calling us to do. And if Mike ends up being a grocery clerk, you know what I mean? Then he ends up being a grocery clerk. We're not chasing the money anymore. We're not chasing, you know, trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know, if you will. And as cliche as it sounds, you know, and you always hear like people say it and it's in like a million songs, like, you know, home is where you are, you know what I mean? And that's so true for us. Like, we are just always so happy when we're together. And I know that we're going from 3,000 square feet to a couple hundred square feet. And I'm not saying that that's going to be easy and that it's all going to be rainbows and butterflies. Like, I'm sure that it's not.
Do they even have rainbows and butterflies in Utah?
Why? I mean, rainbows, I don't know about butterflies.
We'll find out.
Yeah, but yeah, we just like, we're excited. And like I said, like, I know this isn't going to always be easy and, you know, everybody's going to get on everybody's nerves, but to be honest, like, you guys know our old house, we had all 3 boys in the same room, and then Jovi had the nursery. The boys beg almost every single night, do they not? Like, literally, the only reason why they don't
sleep in
beg,
each other's rooms?
Yeah, they all want to sleep together. Like, they always want to be together. So the actual RV that we got has an upstairs. Crazy, right? Like, who knew the RVs have upstairs? Now, you can't fully stand in it, so it's like a loft.
Jovi can.
Yes, Jovi can, and Gage almost can. But there's 2 separate lofts in the RV. So the one is going to be the sleeping quarter for the kids, and then the other one is going to be like their toy room and just where they can play and be a kid and all of the things. And it's actually funny too, because you guys know that we started homeschooling last year. And I mean, I felt such a strong calling to that, you know what I mean? And now it's so funny even now, because I thought I knew then why. And now I'm like, now I really understand why God called us to do this. And I'm so glad that I was so obedient, you know what I mean? Like, it's so cool when you follow him, you know, and truly listen to him, the blessings that you get from that. Sometimes you may not know in the middle of it, and it may be confusing and hard and all of that, but you guys,
It's just part of the journey.
It is, and God has our whole story mapped out. He did before we were even here, you know what I mean? So we just have to trust and know that he is going to take care of us. All we have to do is listen and be obedient. So that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, that's our announcements. We had the 3 with the bonus thrown in there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We're an open book, and like, his work already knows, you know, and that's one thing about us. Some of you know us personally, some of you don't, but we are very honest people. We're not really big in keeping secrets and, you know, all of that. So like, the minute we decided this, Mike went to work and was like, okay, I'm quitting. And they're like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, not right now. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing too, is we want to do this debt free. And so that's why we've got to get out from underneath of everything. And so he is going to be at his job just a smidge bit longer, because we want to be
2 or 3 days max.
Because we want to be able to pay everything off. I mean, we have cars, you know, obviously the house, but that will sell. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's so much, and I'm like not even saying half of it. But this video is kind of getting long now too, so I don't know. But yeah, that's it. We bought an RV. Mike's quitting his job. We're selling the house, and we are headed out west. Yeah, I don't know, but we are going to kind of upload videos pertaining to this, just like what we're doing, how we're doing it, maybe minimizing, like getting rid of all of our stuff. I don't even know, guys. I don't have anything planned out. As you heard earlier, I'm not a planner, but yeah, we definitely would love if you guys would follow us along for this journey, because I'm sure a journey it will be. But as always, if you do want to follow that journey, make sure you subscribe. And if you want notifications, you can click that little bell and it'll notify you every time we upload on the random that we do upload. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.